CoasterNet is on the road today and getting set to watch as history is made just outside the capital of Virginia. It's here that King's Dominion is unveiling one of the tallest, fastest, most intense roller coasters the world's ever seen. Intimidator 305 was named after a legend in the world of race car driving, and the ride may very well become a legend of its own before the day's over. Today, we talk with the ones who made this ride a reality. They've combined the features of two top-ranked coasters into one, while merging the excitement of race car driving with the most technologically advanced roller coaster engineering on the planet. They've taken a $25 million chance and taken a concept from dreams to screams.
Please sit upright, holding tightly to the grab bar, as indicated by the operators.
It's clear how this coaster starts off. A steep, fast climb to giga coaster heights of 305 feet. Then 5,100 feet of one of the most intense rides in the world. But how exactly does an idea like Intimidator 305 come about?
We've often had rides that were the first of its kind that were good, but they were short experiences, prototypical. We wanted a ride that was thrilling, that was long, that was different. Working with our corporate structure, they went on a search with different companies.
Well, we worked with several manufacturers, but at the 300-foot range, we had a lot of experience with Intamin, with Millennium Force. We liked the elevator cable lift, the steepness of the drop.
And we were also thinking about that the success of the Maverick, we had a Cedar Point, that how we could incorporate some of the features of the Maverick, and basically came up with the design that we would keep the train down after the first drop, go to the first hump with a nice air time, and after that keep the train close to the ground, a lot of transitions, directions, air time.
We really did marry what is Maverick on the back end of the best lift hill that we could build.
With the details of ride layout coming together for the King's Dominion 2010 project, now it was time to figure out a theme.
We really wanted something that was going to say what it was, and of course we came up with, someone came up with the name the Intimidator, and then under looking for the rights to it, well, we found out that the Earnhardt company has that. And so we contacted them to see if they wanted to have a joint venture.
They called us and said, hey, we're looking at doing some pretty extreme roller coasters, and I'd like to use Dale Earnhardt's tag name or his nickname, the Intimidator. I grew up in the Michigan area, Detroit, used to go to Cedar Point all the time as a kid. So I knew Cedar Fair and certainly the Cedar Point guys. So I said, yeah, let's take a look at this. And they presented the plans and we're like, wow, this could really be something special. And so it's a relationship that's been going on now for about a year and a half.
I love roller coasters, so I thought it was going to be great to be opportunity to be affiliated with one.
I heard about this and it was just like, how are they going to do this? How are they going to make it intimidating? Because I ride roller coasters and they're not intimidating for me, they're just a lot of fun.
We told them they would not be disappointed. It would really be an intimidating ride. It would represent their company well.
To deliver on Cedar Fair's promises, construction crews had to work around the clock despite freezing temperatures and record snowfall in the winter of 2009 to 10.
We had a good start. I think we had a really good plan and a great team. But when you get 18 inches of snowfall at a time, that then melts and turns into a mud pit, it was tough to move the equipment around. But they had great contractors and were really focused and did a great job.
Then, the moment of truth for King's Dominion, Cedar Fair, Interride, the Earnhardts, and everyone else involved.
Whew, wow, I think I could stand and look up and about fall over because it was so tall.
The first time I've ridden it was today, and I was really impressed or surprised by the speed of the first lift. Sandor from Intamin designed it to go a little bit faster than the Millennium Force, so you get up to the top very, very quickly.
After months and months and months and months, going on the first ride, we went up the hill, and we weren't going up as quick as we were as probably you guys experienced today. But when we got to the top, didn't think we were ever going to really stop. It's kind of like drop zone in that you're not sure when you're going to get to the top. But then when you press the top, and I was in the front car, you look over and you can't see where you're about to fall. It looks like you're going to tumble over to the ground. my first thought was, I'm gonna fall. And then I go into mind-blazing speed. I start to cry, and the tears dry off in that first curve.
When you drop over and then going through that first transition at 94 miles an hour, it really is a very, very thrilling ride.
You climb 305 feet and you drop 300 feet and you run 94 miles an hour. In the banking, you feel like you're in the banking of a racetrack in the car, and well, the hills, the only time you feel that is like I did one time is when you flip.
I just couldn't, believe. I mean, I knew it would never give up, but it just looks like it just doesn't lose its speed. When you think about a roller coaster, it has to coast at some part, and it really doesn't. It just flies. All those transitions and the speed to come through, staying low to the ground.
But was the ride truly intimidating for Taylor?
This definitely fits his name. When you go up and you get to the top, especially if you're in the front, because you get kind of hanging there for a couple seconds, and you're hanging, you're waiting for it to go, and you're already going kind of fast, and then you can't see any track, and it's just gone, and you're just going. Oh, it's scary. It feels like you're falling. Like I'm leaning on. I'm not even sitting in the chair anymore. I'm just leaning on the rest. You got to ride the front. You hang there for a second.
Coming into the park this morning, I mean, you look at the coaster, it looks big, and you're like, yeah, it looks kind of cool. But I tell you, after I got off of it, holy crap! And what was going on in my mind is a different word than the one I just used. But I'm trying to keep it, at least PG-13. You have to ride the coaster. It is incredible. I've driven race cars and I've been on a number of roller coasters. I have never been on a coaster like this one.
It was pretty fantastic. I got to tell you, the first ride was the absolute best.
Well, I was louder than that scream, I promise. It was very intense.
When I got that the first time and rode it, my conclusion was that we got the right ride for the park because they wanted to have an Intimidator, and while I never sat in Dale Earnhardt's car during a race, I imagined that could be something like that. Action from the beginning until you finish.
If you're at all a roller coaster fan, you got to put this on your bucket list because it's a must-do.
Despite the ride's intense, memorable nature, the most lasting impact of its grand opening may not even be the ride itself, but the ones it benefited.
It's just a great opportunity to bring the awareness for the Dale Earnhardt Foundation and what our dad was about, which is children education, wildlife, and land conservation. So this is a great opportunity. We've partnered with a few other charities that are able to benefit from this also, and all the proceeds that we've collected from the ride went to 4 charities total.
And that's been huge for us, and it was always huge for Dad to give back and to put a smile on people's faces, and that was something that was really important to him, and this definitely does that. It does it when you ride it, and it does it with the giving back to the charities.